welcome to this short tutorial where I will be modeling a small tomahawk
Yeah, and
with, and
yeah,
as you can hear, someone is with us. His name is How the
we,
hell do
we
you pronounce that?
set scalar, but let's let that. Isn't this like more of a podcast thing than
Yeah, you could call it
I would
that,
say so.
but I will be explaining stuff along the way. So what I'm doing here
Uh,
is already setting the output file. I always forget to do that. So yeah.
yeah, and
Um,
I'm just trying to go and ZBrush something up. I'll see how it works out if we can get it around this black screen.
yeah,
Mm.
he isn't too good at 3D modeling. Neither am I. I used to be.
So I guess this is just us chilling out. Um, if we can get the program open over here, it doesn't work so well.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
especially.
so what I did here is I loaded in the Tomahawk file by going using middle mouse click. You get the 4 different side views. Then re-clicking on one with the middle mouse click, you can get that view open. Then options, configure, and in the back tab you can select a image or anything you want really. Preferably you add some transparency so you can see the lines what you're doing. So this has a basic shape, but we are going to rotate a bit till it's sort of upright. That's good, I guess. Sure. So basically now we have it set up so that we can model this easily. And you said you were doing something with ZBrush, right?
Yeah. Currently I'm just picking a piece of armor, a place that my armor is going to be, and masking that out. So that's nothing much, I guess. I do.
Woohoo!
Uh,
Yeah, I don't like the
children.
sculpting stuff.
No. Well, I prefer it over modeling. I really hate modeling. Not that I've been in ZBrush more than like once. Uh, so let's see if I can remember this.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's been a while since I've been in Cinema 4D too.
yeah. Okay, let's extract this.
Okay, I used to be in it all the time. Just to be clear, we're mainly going to focus on the Tomahawk head here, not that much for the body. It's really simple to do the body, just get a cylinder, make some diagonal cuts, and you're almost done. So let me see if I can do this. I can. And of course you don't have to be exactly right with these lines. You can, if you want, you can just model your own. I'm just gonna align this a bit better. Put the next point there.
Okay, so over here currently, we masked the shoulder out, and I guess I'm going to make something like a couple of spikes or something, just using the move tool for starters. I guess that'll work out. I don't know. I'm thinking of like doing an extra piece of armor down here. Yeah, actually, let's do that. So this must be the button there. So we're gonna make mask here. Yeah. Um, just do a quick mask. Because
Just
this
do that.
obviously can't take too long since, well, coordinate. Okay. And that's just like,
Well, it can take too long, but you
yeah, I
don't
don't
want
mind.
it to take too long.
It's,
Well, he
so,
has a bit limited disk space, so.
yeah.
So here in the perspective view you have a small overview of your spline you just drew. And now we are going to extrude it by going under the subdivision surface tab, select extrude. You want to drag the spline into the extrude. Basically you have your tomahawk ready, although we are missing a few points, like the bezels around the edges, for example. However, you can't really see it, but this actually slowly comes down to a bevel, which I will be trying to recreate. I can't promise that will be successful, sadly, but we'll see.
Well, I don't think any of us can promise anything. I mean,
not exactly. Also, you want to have the garage shading lines in the display, so you can see the lines that are currently on the tomahawk head. The main thing you will see, it will add a line through the middle, which we will be using to create the cutting edge. And we will make our own, how you call it, bevel by just simply using the I lost the name, knife tool. So we probably make a cut here and then slim this whole part down a bit and then draw out the edge, a bit like how you do if you forge a knife or tomahawk in real life, you could say.
okay, so over here we've created some really ugly spikes, to be honest. But we're just going to like subdivide them a couple of times to get some more detail, if I can remember it. So as you can see, they're getting smaller, but we're getting a lot of more polygons to work with, which is extremely important in this case to give them some detail. And I'm just gonna make them a bit bigger again. So now we have some spikes that really aren't too spiky. So we're going to use the pinch tool, which will just make it possible for us to like shape it up a bit. Here, like we can get in here, get around here. Sure. As you can see, they're getting a bit more spiky. Of course, we're gonna work some more on this later on if we get the time. But for now, I guess that these are fine. Pretty much. Okay. We have to be careful because we can get some errors here, which we don't want to. Those will simply destroy the mesh. So now let's do some detailing. I prefer not using too many different kind of details, so I will use the clay for first thing, and just give it some. Well, let's say it's some dragon tooth spikes of some sort or something like that, and just hold Alt and run around pretty quickly. That work out. We might need to make the intensity a little smaller, the draw sizes a bit smaller. Maybe actually divide it once more and just begin pressing it over a bit, just to get some small details. Okay. So as we can see, it's not too good. I mean, the details are, I guess it could work for a game or something, but that's not what we want. So I'm gonna smooth it a bit on the places it doesn't look good. Like here, and it's very intense down here. So we just get this small amount. So how's it coming along over there?
Yeah, what I just did is mainly made the extrude NURBS editable, which allows me to draw extra lines, or polygons in this case. Then I continue to connect them as one object by selecting first the main polygon, which you can easily divide if I do this, or not. Anyway, yeah, of course, otherwise, never mind. Anyways, you want to make sure you first select the parent object, then hold down Shift and select the most lower object. In this case, you are sure you will select them all. So now we're going to continue on the path by selecting the knife tool. And as you can see, I did some extra line for the bevel, which we will now edit by selecting the live selection tool. Get the polygon selection out. Turn off only select visible elements. And this should select all. Yes. Now you want to take the size selection, and let's hide that object for now. We just want to do the blue one for now. And as you can see, it will draw out the edge a bit, as you can see. But of course that's not all we want to do. Now we want to take, let me think, I can take those, the polygons here. And it's just manual selection. It might take some time depending on how big you made the damn thing. Mine should be pretty fair. This is something I was afraid of. As you can see, it's not taking the outer edges. So hold down Control, select the points. Let's just do it with point. This is a, well, lousy way to do it. I can screw over your whole project. And just make sure you have the point selected you want. I also want to take these with me. And then we just scale it down a bit more, and that should be fine. So let's go back to object mode for now. There we go. So if we look from above now, we have a fairly thinning edge. So now for the cutting part, we want to select the edge selection tool and select the foremost two of the edges on the bevel we created. Then just select the moving tool. You can just draw it out, and well, that's basically your edge. But as you can see, we have some problems here, mainly down here, so you gotta take a few extra edges with us, which is no problem. So I'm gonna quickly look how it renders. As you can see, it renders fairly nice. Of course, the image looks a bit different, but you can't expect to get all the exact same details all as your image. That's one of the parts you have to remember when doing 3D modeling. Next we will do the bevels on the point on the back, which will be a bit harder because we have to stop the cut in the middle of the polygon. You had anything to say?
No, not really. I can't see a screen, so. But either way, I'm just working a bit over here on some details. As we can see, the spikes became rather interesting, I'd say. And we especially need to do something for the what's the name? Transaction over to the spikes from YAML, which we're going to do by simply creating a lot of fracture. I think maybe not too much, but just letting them go to the YAML, so we like get a ground base. I also created this armrest thing to simply add YAML. So we have like the armor and maybe a letter armrest, which the I don't know. This is like a dragon tail armor, I guess. Spiky, spiky shoulder, a rift down here, a little of each. I'm just going over. I have never ever made any hard surface ever. So this is interesting, but I don't think it'll turn out as good as I expected it to. Actually, I think it will turn out quite bad, but let's try it. So I'm just going to go over some small, let's say, oh yeah, I used the fraction brush earlier, and I changed the intensity a lot because I need to know how much to go in and how strong it'll be on the armor. Like a rift is obviously quite strong on a metal armor, while over here it's like sewings that'll make it a little faster then, I guess. So I'm just going to make some fractures down here. Probably going to do it with another texture instead, because it is a lot more soft on the surface than doing it with the texture we use for the claw marks. So that's pretty much what's going on over here. I might pinch it later too, just to create some details, and remember to smoothen it out a bit, because smoothing something out here just makes the rift instead of all the textures, so we can use something else to create the textures, which I'm going to do later. So that's pretty much what's going on over here. Making some really ugly armor.
Well, you have to start somewhere to get somewhere.
I guess so.
So I'm just about to finish the back bevel, as we saw. Let's see if this works like I want it to. Yes, it does. That's somewhat a surprise for me. Not everything always goes as planned. So we used the exact same method I used for the front one. So you can just copy that, and you can select and deselect the edges or any polygon you want, by the way, with the use of a simple way of holding down shift to add and control to deselect, and just click out of the box to get rid of all selections. So I'm also gonna make the edge here, just to give some spice, and that actually looks pretty darn awesome. So let's do a quick render here. Let me delete this so we can see all the. Yeah, as you can see, we have some mistakes made. Like I said, it would happen. This will only show up at the part where we start to texture it, but we can find a way around. So I'm mainly going to make the selections for texturing now by selecting the bodies I want. Like I said, hold down shift to add to the selection, control to deselect. I'm just gonna basically go over the basic shape of where I want the texture to be. Let's first of all go to select and set the selection and call it body. These two selections you can just remove. Those were from the extrude NURBS that were left over. And for the other ones, well, for the main body I want to use some sort of black, so let's start making that material. We want it sort of tactical black. It's not completely black, but it's close to it. A matte color would be the nicest, but I do want some small reflectiveness. I was at the transparency tab. That's not right. So basically you want to do... Is that right? Yes. Some fresh... I can't pronounce this word. Fresnel? Fresnel? Right.
Fresnel? Fresnel?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think you can't hear the S. Fresnel, I think. I might be wrong.
Multiply. No, I can't find the right mode. What the hell? I just completely screw myself over, I think. At this point. Come on. What the hell? Alright, reset to default. Oh, come on, I said default. Reflection, yes. For now. Brightness, is that? Ah. I was messing with the wrong setting. Let's turn on the mix strength too a little. Now, while you have, if you by accident deselect your selection, you can just double click that selection again. I'm gonna drag the texture we just made, really easy one, on the selection we have, and if you render now, you can actually see the result already. Well, and for the main part, just ignore the ugly lines on top, as you know. So now we want to get the bevel selected, which will be a different selection, and the edge will also be a different one. So let me see if that is right, if I can rotate my camera correctly. God, I hate this so much. Do you ever have that moment where you just completely lose control over your camera?
Yep.
Yeah, I hate
Yep.
it.
They should probably fix that if they can.
Set selection again. Bevel front. And here we want a more shinier texture. So I'm just gonna go to my texture get this time. Let me just see. Go to the metal tab. So now we have to take into account the type of metal. Well, it's definitely not aluminium. Well, we could use one of the chromes. I think metal. Well, we could use platinum. That would be fun. Yeah, let's just use this silver dented. Looks nice enough. And if you do a quick render, you might not see it, but it's there. And I'm gonna continue working on the texture a little bit.
Oh geez, I think I might have just screwed this up.
Well, I expect nothing more of you.
Yeah, of course. But I think I might have. Oh yeah, I forgot to delete the mask.
Dun, dun, dun. I have no experience with ZBrush. Well,
yeah,
actually, I made one thing with ZBrush.
Well, what I did was like, yeah, I remember. I think I might have fucked this up. Okay, I think I'll just, my texture was kinda off currently. which is, I don't know what I just did. Let's just try to go high resolution. Thank you. But too soft. I don't know. I might need to leave the snake. I would have liked it to work out, like make a bridge between the. I can't do delete the lower, reconstruct the subdivision, divided a cover. I don't know. Reconstruct, and reconstruct it, and I'm going to. Jesus Christ! Why can't I divide it? Oh jeez, what happened? Okay, we're just gonna do this. This won't work. Thank you. No. How the heck am I going to do this? Why is it so low? Jeez, it's still there. Well then, let's go back. Let's go back.
Did you completely screw yourself over already?
Yeah, I know. I could delete it. No mind. But I kind of like I tried to extract the texture, and then I tried to subdivide it, and it ended up being really fucking smooth. And I don't want it to be smooth if it's a hard texture. Of course, it's nice now, but I can see I never really finished the texture. I would have liked it. Can I do it? I should probably have done it before subdividing. Yeah. I should have included it in the basic shape. Jesus Christ. Okay. I guess we'll let that pass for now. I can't figure how I should do that. I mean, I could of course like delete all of the freaking subdivisions and just reconstruct them so they're like really fucking smooth, and then divide them again. But that will just only keep the basic shape, it seems. So let's not do that.
Basically,
okay.
what he's saying, he just screwed himself.
Yeah. Well, actually, I just got a new idea for the design. I guess I'll add it like with a cylinder later. But for now, let's not do that. Let's just.
What type of armor are you actually making? Like New Age, Old Age?
Old Age, I would guess. It's like I'm doing the shoulder plate.
Like medieval times.
What?
Medieval times, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some pretty crazy armors back then.
Well, this isn't realistic in any way. I don't know how many would have spikes on there. It's more like a fantasy armor. I don't like doing realistic stuff.
Yeah.
And it's never funny. That's not why I do graphics. That won't work. Actually, I don't know what this brush will do. Okay,
never try new brushes.
It actually looks pretty cool, to be honest. But
yeah, you are using your tablet, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
My tablet driver isn't working.
Mistake number one. Wait, what?
Yeah,
download it again.
Yeah, I did, but it's working like 1/5 of the time for some reason.
You just completely have to remove every evidence of your old driver.
And I have no intention of doing that. Especially with ZBrush, it doesn't work. So I'm just using my mouse. It's not like it's a project I'll use for anything either way. It's just for trying to work with the tools a bit more. So that's that. Okay, let's just make it with a texture. Yeah, we can. Oh, this looks cool. Doesn't it look cool? It's fine. Well, I can't say before I like zoom out. I'm a little irritated that the texture looks the same. Well, it is the same texture, but it's irritating me. Okay, we can do it like this. Yeah, that'll work. That's a quick texture to make. Let's just make a bit of that around these, so we get like. Actually, let's boost the intensity a bit, so I get. Really, this might be too textured. I mean, we can do that, but yeah, that'll work. These textures are big anyways, So that's just gonna. Here we go. Yeah, that looks great. I'm just convincing myself that it looks great.
I have
Uh,
hope for it.
Let it work.
So I'm just doing a quick test render in a studio from the Lightkit Pro to see how it looks. We've been almost at it for half an hour now, so it's getting close to wrap up time, if you ask me.
Yeah, sure, that's fine with me. I mean, I'm just messing around. I guess I'll just
Yeah,
fix
yeah, but these are the basic principles. If you want a sharp edge with bevels, follow these steps at least a little bit, and you should be fine. Like, this is just really simple to do. Took me half an hour, and to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing from the beginning until I got a bit further in. And the end result isn't half that bad. It could be better. A few more polygons, what's smoothing at the rounded edges, but for that, that would take a long time. So I'm gonna say goodbye to you all till the next time.
Okay, so we're ending.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just okay. This is the product from my side, I guess. For now, I might work a bit more on it, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I guess we'll say goodbye. So I'll end the recording. Peace out.